Hey guys, it's your girl Coco Kinsey back at it with another video. Now, I thought I would be making another video, but not about this. We gotta talk, and we're gonna have some intimate conversations. We about to get real. We're not even reporting. We just gonna talk and chat, and it's about to be some real conversation had here. Cause she taking me out my character, y'all. Cause y'all tell me, what is wrong? What is wrong with Timmy's sister? I just can't. And one of my pet peeves, just in anything, I don't care. It could be TV, real life, whatever, is when my intelligence is insulted. You are insulted, and you are insulting the public's intelligence. So if you haven't seen, if you haven't seen, in her latest attempt at attaching herself to a relationship that she wasn't in, now, again, I realize, and I've said in several videos, that her name was brought up. I am completely fine with her defending herself. You want to defend your name, go ahead and do that. If you want to say that, this was said about me, this is not how I meant it. Well, I didn't mean that. I meant, coming from an entertainment background, that this would be a good approach. But, however, whatever your spin on it is. But you didn't do that. You came at first with foolishness. And then when that didn't take the way you thought it was going to take, or whatever, give you the reaction. And when your brother would decide he wasn't going to go along with the BS. Now, whether he was with the BS behind closed doors or not, in front of the camera or whatever, in front of us to the public, he doesn't want to be a part of your shenanigans. And I guess that must have threw you. So you decided to say, first of all, watch the infamous interview as though you hadn't watched it yesterday. We know you watched it yesterday. We know you watched it yesterday. That's why you posted the said foolishness that I just talked about in my last video. That's why you posted that. So we knew that you had already seen the video. But you say, watch the infamous video, and all I can say is what the F. You didn't say what the F the first time when we knew you had watched it. And then, let me finish. Okay, so she says, watch the infamous video. All I can say is what the F. Reviewing my NDA to see what I can and cannot say. I am not anyone's scapegoat, not Zeta or Tim's. An NDA for what? An NDA for what? Who are you? Who are you? Now, don't get me, you're somebody, but not in this situation. You're a person who could tell their side of the story, but NDA, why would you have an NDA? You mean to tell me everybody else who is actually on the show can talk, but you can't? So Zeta can tell her side of the story. Timmy tells us he's going to tell his side, but you can't talk because you have an NDA. Really? You're insulting our intelligence. You are insulting our intelligence. And see, I don't know, she reminds me of people that just irk my soul sometimes in life, who think they're so clever and they think they've got it all figured out, but they outsmart themselves. Because if this would have been your first move, then maybe we could have believed you. And but even at that, we still were going to question, obviously, why you need an NDA. But perhaps we would have thought maybe you guys did something that, and maybe you all signed it. But no, that wasn't your first move. You came with the bull. Then, like I said, when that didn't work out the way you thought, when you didn't get the response and the attachments that you thought you were going to get, then you decided to know, I'm going to go down this route. And then a way of not being able to tell the complete truth without any kind of proof behind it is to say an NDA. But an NDA for you when everybody else can? Okay. She goes on to say, I thought this was some petty BS to keep Zimmy relevant. What you're doing? If you didn't care and you didn't care about the relevance, then why in the world would you even say anything? Especially something that has nothing to do with you unless you were going to respond to said comments that were said about you that you knew about yesterday, that you're pretending like you normally knew about today. Help me, y'all. Help me. I don't even normally give this energy, but I need help because I am bothered. And not even because I know some people are like, you don't even know, what? But I'm bothered because that's your brother. And I might not even like his, some of the things that were said. I don't love that situation. Obviously, I gave my take in the last video on what I thought that could be. But that's your brother. That's your kin. And even if he didn't go along, you're willing to risk your relationship over what? Because you could just simply tell your side of the story. But to try to create this narrative over something so silly. That's your brother. You would try to destroy. Damn, Zeta. I mean, I don't mean damn Zeta because I love Zeta, but I'm just saying, Zeta's not your blood. Okay, fine. Let's not, okay, so you have no loyalty, attachments to her, but your brother, you're willing to sink your brother to try to, to put more on your brother's character to sink and destroy him. And for what? For what, really? Because what is this? Because nobody really knows you like that. In the grand scheme of things, nobody knows you in the whole situation where it would, really do a whole lot to you. And of course, I know there were some people who were very passionate, and which I don't condone at all, attacking anybody or saying you're going to try to risk. But again, if you're in entertainment and you're in a profession where you know the professionalism and you know how to handle things, then surely you knew how to handle it better than you did. That coming out this way would not be beneficial to you. You didn't know that once you saw it, in the same way you say Zeta has your number, I'm sure that you have Zeta's number. You could have responded to her. And even if you didn't, there was a way to go about it. You could have said, that's not what I meant. But you know what you never said? The one thing, you keep coming with all these things, but even damn the MDA at this point, the one thing you could have said that you ain't never said. Y'all ain't got me saying, and I'm always talking about you. The one thing you ain't never said is that you didn't say it. That's something that the NDA, that goes above. You don't even have to go into detail. All you got to say is, I never did that. If somebody said I killed somebody, or if they said that, she was out there talking about she hate white folks, they said Coco was doing, y'all gonna say you a damn lie. I don't care if it was an NDA or something we signed. No, but I bet you couldn't say something about me that I wouldn't come back immediately if it was wrong and not true, and that I wouldn't say that that's not right. Even at most, whatever you want to say about Timmy, whether we know what he's going to say is the truth or not, whatever he's going to say, the one thing he said is that I don't agree with all the allegations that were put out against me. And, from there, like whatever, he's going to tell his perspective, but he let it be known what he doesn't agree with. You, my dear, you have said everything but the thing that put you in the clear. Never said that. I said it in one of my comments. I wouldn't believe you if you told me the sky was blue. I would question it. I would say, because your credibility keeps going to poo. But okay. The accusations and the insinuations are outrageous. Outrageous. Again, never said outrageous. She said the accusations and insinuations are outrageous. But not true, just outrageous. They are outrageous. That's why we're looking at you. We're looking at you now. Now, I always believe in giving people the benefit of the doubt because I just think it's fair because you don't know. I hate cancel culture. I hate that kind of thing. So I believe that you should listen to people. But I listen and I watch what people do and you watch how they move. And how you move is slick. It's slick. But you're not slick enough. You really think you had it all figured out. But we're not stupid. We're not stupid. And now let me get back to a place of love, y'all, because I was just hot for a second. Genuinely, it's not right. It's not worth it, baby. It's not worth it. It's not worth the foolishness. And that's where sometimes social media frustrates me because it gives so many people a voice, but sometimes we are irresponsible and we're so reactionary that we don't think before we act. But I would think, because she is, I think she's 35. I do think, and I would expect a different behavior. But just sometimes because you're a certain age doesn't mean that you got common sense or that you're going to make the best decisions. Baby, this not good. But nonetheless, she says this was between Zeta and Tim, but she wanted to pull in his family. Now, whatever Zeta said, she didn't pull in his family. She told the truth as she saw it from her perspective. And this is me just being fair. And I keep saying her perspective because it's her perspective. That doesn't mean that that's Timmy's perspective because the truth can lie, like I said before, in between all the perspectives because it can just be simply, I saw it this way, you saw it that way. You could have simply said something. But you decided, you could have said, Timmy, I'm not going with you to London. You went to London. She wouldn't have even known you like that besides the one interaction you had. She wouldn't have even known you, boo. She wouldn't have known you had you not known you in that capacity to keep thinking, okay, the first meeting could be like, oh, okay, well, I think this, something's off. But by the time and the shenanigans in London, it's like, okay, So she told the truth based off, she said, because you were a part of the story. But you could have said, I don't want to go, Timmy. That's between you and Zeta. Let you meet each other or whatever. And, you know, whatever. I think that you guys should spend some time together. Or I don't want to be a part of that. But you wanted to be a part of it. Like you still want to be a part of it. So let's bring you into it and let's talk about it. Because it's crazy. It's giving weird. It's giving strange. And I'm telling you from one person that can struggle with things to like herself with her mental health. Let's talk about it. Let's talk to somebody if we need to, because something is genuinely not right. It's not right. But she says now she's paying attention. Let me just go ahead and read the rest. But based on how serious and disturbing the nature of her accusations, I feel I need to have some kind of documentation of my story. I'm angry and hurt. Well, first of all, the NDA that you say, that would be some sort of documentation to show what I can't see, or whatever. But there is no documentation, and that's a you're using this bootleg BS NDA that does not exist as a scapegoat because you know you don't have any proof of what you're saying. This is insane. I don't even care at this point. I mean, I do care something, but even if everybody was lying, like, let's just stop with the BS because what you're giving is not truth. It is not truth. And to say you're angry and hurt, you weren't angry when you were taunting Zeta and her fans or her when you were doing that kind of stuff. You weren't angry and hurt then, but now you want to cry victim? No, ma'am. Stand on your shit and stand in your poo. Own it. Own it. And this is, and I tell you, and y'all will never hear me say talk like this again, I swear, but own what you think, own what you say, own what you do. If you're a bitch, stand on it, okay? I genuinely have no problem with people being who you are, because if that's what you are, then that's what you are. And I'm not saying that we're going to like everything, but don't try to act one way and then come back and play victim. If you big and bad and you want to be King Kong, you were beating on your chest yesterday, and now you want to come back with something else, no ma'am. Stand in it, own it. But let's talk about it, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I hope I don't have to make another video, self, okay? Because I do have children I need to take care of. But you got to stop it. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. It's all in love, for real. Don't y'all go attacking that girl. I'm serious. This is a safe space. We can talk about it here. We can break it down. You can be as foolish as you want with me, okay? Let's have fun. Let's talk about it. You guys meet me in the comments. I'll talk to you soon.